Welcome back to Python MC. In this section, we're going to do input validation using while true, try, and except in EarSketch. So we've got our list of beats. It's the variable name hip hop with a list of beats. We're going to create a new function called def request tempo. It's going to take no parameters. There are no parameters for this function. It's simply going to basically run this while true loop, which is going to keep on repeating. It's like saying while true equals true. And then we're going to try to run this code without getting an exception, runtime error effectively. And then we're going to say tempo equals int read input, set the tempo of the track by providing an integer between 45 and 220. Well, set tempo, we haven't really played with this, but it's a built-in function in EarSketch to set the tempo of the song, how slow or fast it's going to be. And it can take the lowest tempo is 45 and the maximum is 220. We convert our input statement to an integer because by default, input statements in Python will be captured as strings. So we have to convert that to a number, and then we are going to set the tempo according to whatever value is in tempo. But if we get an error, if it's less than 45 or greater than 220, or it's something other than a string, then we're going to have this value error. And basically it's just going to be another input statement. So it's going to be another pop-up window with this error message. It's a bit of a hack in EarSketch, to be honest, because EarSketch doesn't really have a way to just, click OK to continue without basically capturing input. So that's the best way best thing we can use for creating a pop-up screen. So here we have or pop-up message rather. So here we have our input clip list. This is just a function we've used before. It's just going to insert the list of beats, and it's going to increase the track by 1, start by 4, and end by 4. So we're going to call both our functions, request tempo, insert clip list, and let's see, we're going to try to type in 7, and it says no. An integer between 45 and 220 is required. So that's the accept value error. Now we try to type in something less than 45, we get another value error. Something greater than 220, we get another value error. But now we type in 100, and now it runs properly. So it basically runs at the speed that you would expect for a typical hip-hop track. So it's about, in this case, the tempo is 100. Now, what if we tried to put the tempo at 45? That would work. The song would sound like it's in slow motion. It's going to go really, really slow at 45. And if we go to 180, for example, then hit OK, then it'll work. Again, it's within 45 and 220, but now it's going to go a little bit faster than a typical hip-hop song. Okay, so just let that play a bit. Okay, so what have we done here? So we've basically taken this thing called while true, so this infinite loop. We have then basically created this function so that we could try to capture the tempo from the user, give the user the opportunity to set the tempo, and it's going to convert the user input to an integer. And as long as it's between 45 and 220, and as long as it's a number and not, say, characters like letters, it'll run perfectly. But if we get a value error, it's going to get this little pop-up message right here. And so that's what we did. Okay, see you again on Python MC.